right, so recording this for the kids at home, so you don't necessarily have to follow along in class with this because I'm going to give you a hard copy of this. But under classwork and under ecosystems for today, if you scroll on down, you're going to see down here this thing called a single point rubric. I'm going to give everyone in here a single point rubric in just a few seconds. If I click on the single point rubric because people just couldn't make this project super easy, I've kind of spelled it out for you. Here are the things that you have to do on here. You need to have these words in your book. If you're at home, obviously you're doing this online. All right? And if you're at home and you're doing this online because you're at home with COVID, I'm not going to pester you to draw out everything using Google Draw and then import that into your Google Slides. These people are going to be allowed to get pictures offline. Mr. Bullens, that's not fair. They're also at home sick. That's not fair either, so we're going to give them a small break. So here are the words that you must have. Producer, herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, decomposer, niche, predator, and prey. And you all can look at me after that review and you can say, wow, Mr. Bullens, those are the same words we heard over and over and over in the questions that we did in the review on Factile today, right? Everything were those same words. In order to be, proficient, you need to make sure that you draw an illustration. So on the first page, and I'll do an example of this in a minute, if I started with the word producer, I'm going to put the word producer and the definition of the producer. I'm going to draw a picture of a producer. And then the third criteria, only 3 things that I'm asking you to do, include other vocabulary. And Fabian, I gave you an example of that. A lion is a carnivore, which would be this right here, because it only eats meat. I've defined carnivore in a sentence, right? A lion's habitat, not a word that is necessary, but it's including other vocabulary. A lion's habitat, where it lives naturally, is the savanna. Any meat left over by the lion is eaten by scavengers who eat dead meat as food. Do you see how I'm including other vocabularies in that sentence? I'm not just writing the definition. Remember, we looked at that girl's yesterday, and she had every definition we had done the first 4 weeks of school, but she still didn't get a great grade because all she did was write the definition. I don't need that. I've already given you a copy of the words in the definition. I need to see you put them into context. Does that make sense to everybody in here? I hope so. If it doesn't make sense to somebody at home, then they can let me know. So let's see, what would that look like if we're making our book? Or if we're working online in the Google Slides, what would this look like? So I'm going to pull up Active Inspire here, maybe if it works. There we go. Come on now, catch fire. Do something. There we go. All right. So if we're going to be looking at that, I don't want to do that. Let's look at our rubric that I pulled up. Right? We'll just do the very first one and make it very easy. Producer. And it says I have to have the word, the definition, and a picture, right? So, very easy. Here's the word. Here's the definition. And then we would draw a picture. Does this have to be the most fancy picture in the entire world? No, because I'm not judging you on art. That's not how we're doing it. Now, that took me, you can go back in time, a minute and a half at the most. A producer makes its own food. That's plants. Here's my sentence. A producer makes its own food using the sun. Here's where I'm including those like extra vocab. The sun is the main source of energy in an ecosystem. Producers need abiotic factors, non-living things, like sun, soil, temperature, and water. And I would be done on that page. Flip the page to the next one in my rubric, which would be herbivores. And it kind of carries over, right? Herbivores eat producers, which make their own food. Correct? And it really does, Anna, this makes so much sense. Herbivores typically are prey, animals that are hunted as food by predators or carnivores. Do you see how this is really not a hard project, is it? Everybody understand how we're doing that? Again, if you're at home and you have questions, you don't have it as easy as the people in the classroom. They get to raise their hand, and I'm like right there. If you're at home, please, I'm begging you. It's the same to anybody in here. You have got to learn how to use like Google Classroom to message me, or you can email me. You got to get in contact with me somehow, some way. Some kids have actually used their parents' dojo before. Any of those are fine. Contact me and let me know what you're missing so I can help you out. If I have to make another video to help you, I can, but I really feel like making this booklet is very easy. It's going to help you be ready for the test on Monday if you are able to write sentences like this. And if you have to stop and look in your notebook, I've already told you that's building those connections in your brain. And writing it down has been proven. There are studies out there. Writing and drawing help it sink into your brain even more. So by the time you finish this book, you will be ready for the test on Monday, I promise. All right? Okay, peeps at home, that was fun. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the little bell for notifications. I don't even know if I have that turned on, but you can get notifications. All right, we'll see you later.